Yeah. Yo, so what do you think about the fights?
Well, I'm gonna be honest, I kind of missed it. I had to go back and watch. I got caught up watching something else.
What?
I'm now gonna become an official fan of whatever this is. I think it's Pogo. But this is what I'm watching for now.
Oh my God.
I don't know if this is called Pogoing or what, but yeah.
Oh, this is what you was watching. You know, I
Yeah.
understand why. This actually makes sense.
yo, yo, yo.
Look at the form. Look at the form. Yes.
She
Yes.
stuck the landing.
She's stuck.
Yo.
Oh. Right. Let's go. We here, another episode of Chin Checkers. That's how I'm starting it. But yeah, you already know what it is, Mr. Get That Work. That's my brother Hawk, Von, Dane.
There we go. There we go.
Got it right. That shit right this time. Nah, man. It was an interesting weekend. We're gonna start off with boxing. Let's go to the main event right away. We had Russell versus this up-and-coming Filipino fighter, Mark Magsayo. I'm pretty sure I said that wrong. Whatever. What did you think of the fight, man?
Yo, before the fight, we both picked him to lose, Gary Russell.
Yeah.
So during the fight, you see the injury. Now you understand why he wasn't as confident, as braggadocious as he usually was. It showed up, and he hurt his shoulder third or fourth round.
Yeah.
Even before the third or fourth round, I was like, he doesn't look as fast and as sharp as we normally are used to seeing him look. Not sure if it was the time away for the ring, but he ain't look good. Now, the funny part was, he's Filipino, right?
Yeah.
Filipino fighter looked good when Gary had both arms. Then the moment he got hurt, the guy stopped doing anything. He kind of just chased him around. What the hell was he doing? You fighting a one-arm fighter.
Yeah, I thought that shit was wild, man. I thought it was wild because, like you said, Gary, you know, he injured his shoulder, so he's basically fighting with one hand. Not basically, he fought with one hand for about 8-9 rounds, wherever he got injured. And I don't understand how come this guy didn't circle Gary's right and throw some hooks, hook off on him. He's hurt.
You fighting a one-arm guy. Go off.
I was not impressed by Mark. I understand that, you know, Gary had a shoulder injury. I still thought he was going to lose, but I will say this. If he did have both hands, he might have won. He was landing clean shots, and I think he outboxed this guy with one hand.
I don't think he outboxed. Box is like, I controlled the fight, I dominated the fight. He did well for having one arm, but I don't think he won the fight. I don't think I don't think he won. I thought the Filipino fighter won, but I wasn't impressed with him. Like, how are you fighting a one-arm guy? You're the power puncher, and you're not walking this guy down. The moment he showed he was hurt and didn't throw any more punches, man, this should have been an easy fight for him. It should have been cakewalk. And I'm not saying it was a hard fight, but Gary Russell was in the world beater in terms of power. Right. He's known for hand speed. And this guy looked like a giant next to him. You should have been walking him down the whole fight, airing him out. Now, the fact that he didn't knock him out kind of leaves me like, I'm not that impressed with him, don't really care. But he still won. That's just my opinion. But I do want to say this about Gary Russell, man, because I've had more than enough problems with my shoulder. I recently had an accident and my shit is fucked up again.
Yeah.
Give him a lot of credit for going in there. I'd have quit. Personally, once I felt that pain, I'd have been like, fuck this. The ref start playing with your own. Nah, not the ref, the doctor. Fellas, I ain't fighting a while. You'll see me after rehab. I'm out of here.
Nah, shout out to Gary. He definitely, he did his thing. I did feel like he outboxed him. I didn't think he won, but I thought he outboxed him. I didn't think he controlled the fight. He was retreating the whole time. He did a lot of good veteran moves. Like whenever there's 5 seconds left, he made sure he was right in his corner every single time. He has a really high boxing IQ. With 2 hands, he probably would have won the fight. I was not impressed by Mark. He should have did more work. They said that he's like the next Pacquiao. I didn't see it at all. At all. He tried to box with a guy who's a better boxer than you. I didn't see that at all. I didn't see enough combination punching. That whole next Pacquiao thing, I think they need to like simmer that down because nah.
Yeah, I didn't see that at all.
Well, did you hear what Haney had to say about this?
No, I did not. Nah.
Well, Haney calls Russell Mr. Cap. So I believe it was on Twitter where he was just like, Mr. Cap, he lost to a bum. And if you see the comment section ragged on Devin Haney.
Wow.
Ragged on him. Not because of really the comment that he said. I mean, yes, it was that. But it was tons of comments saying, yo, you shouldn't be talking because you got emailed a belt. You're not a real champion. You're an email champion. You're a paper champion. They was going in that comment section. They was going in. And
shit.
We talked about this before.
Well, he won the belt, something you've never done. That's the first comment I read. God damn. Yo.
I don't know how I feel. I understand that, people are going to, talk their stuff. And everybody keeps calling him the email champion, the paper champion. They gave you a gift. But also, I think people forget the fact that both Loma and Haney got a gift. Loma just asked for the gift. He asked for a franchise championship, and Haney was given a gift. They both got a gift in a way, but one person asked for it, one person just got it because the other one didn't want to, I guess, fight his mandatories, whatever the responsibility comes with the regular belt. I don't know. I don't appreciate the hate. I don't appreciate the hate against Haney. What did you want him to do? You just, I guess, want him to fight Bacon for the belt? I guess that just would have looked better, but Loma gave the belt up. He gave it up. He had a belt. He didn't have to give up his belt to make a unification fight. There's been plenty of times where people move up in weight and still fight. Like Kell Brook, for example. Kell Brook had the belt. He wanted to fight Golovkin. He went up to fight him. He didn't even lose his belt. He still had the belt. So I don't know. I don't get the real hate for Haney, but they roasted him.
I've changed my tune on Devin Haney, man. I don't think he's a superstar just because of how mild-mannered he is. Even though he talks, and he's crazy, but it's just like a calmness to him, personality-wise. I think nowadays, the more crazier and outlandish you are, people accept you more. And I think if maybe he had slightly more punching power, people would feel a little different towards him. But right now, I can't say if he's the one avoiding anyone or who's avoiding what, because in the comments it said that Gary Russell called everyone out and people avoided him. And you're not doing anything. Let me hear your opinion on that.
You know how I feel, man. Gary Russell's 33 going on 34. No matter what the situation, he should have moved up from 126 years ago. He should have moved up from 126 years ago. You're 33 fighting at 126. You're complaining not getting the big fights. Go to 130. Go to 135. Even if you don't get a championship fight right off the bat, make some noise.
Yeah.
Make some noise. Make go in that division and make some noise. So when other people have fights, they bring up your name because now you're in the division. I don't think he did his career justice by staying at 126.
I agree with that, man. I don't want to bash him for his career choices. Not saying you are. I'm just saying he did a tough-ass performance last night. And honestly, at 33, shoulder surgery, I don't think he'll ever get a big shot. Or maybe now people would take the shots at him because he's compromised, but it's not going to be the same guy. He's not going to be the same fighter, the same speed. He's definitely not going to have the power, but maybe now when he moves up, maybe these guys would look at him as like food, even though I never thought he was like a world beater himself. So I don't know why everyone was so avoiding him, but we never really know what's going on behind scenes. If he's the one avoiding people, or like he said, he's the one being avoided. We never truly know. Like, what did you think about the undercard?
Well, I thought the undercard was decent, man. I thought the undercard was decent. There was a fight before that with this Puerto Rican kid. I forgot the names of the fight, so I'm gonna have to definitely throw that in there. But it was basically a rematch because in the first fight, he took an L. And in this fight, he did his job, man. That guy was a tough dude, man. That guy he fought was a real tough guy. And it looked weird too, man. I'm not sure if you noticed or paid attention to the fight. He had like spots on his back, and I swear, like the more and more rounds that went on, it was like the spots multiplied. I was like, yo, you need to get him out of here. He looks sick. Like this motherfucker look like something is wrong right now. Get him out of here, please. Nobody noticed this shit. Like motherfuckers developing chicken pox on like a fucking cosmic scale. Like it was crazy, son. His shit was crazy.
I definitely didn't notice that.
God. Maybe it was just me. I don't know.
Yeah, Matisse versus Anyanya or something like that.
Nailed it.
Yeah, that was it, man. I thought it was a good fight. I thought Matisse made it more difficult than he needed to be. And this was a rematch where the other guy won the first time. I would have never gave him a rematch. You won. Why did you come back and fight him? Fights like this actually kill your career because of the abuse you take. And now you had two tough-ass fights. You let him redeem the loss. That's bad management right there. I would have been like, sayonara, I'm out. I got the W. You're going to have to deal with that loss.
Yeah, but I mean, that kid is on a hot streak, man. He's 18-1 now with 18 knockouts. So that he's looking good. He's looking good, man. Yo, the throw over there to UFC 270. What did you think, man?
Oh, I'm just glad I had a little trouble signing up for DraftKings. I'm just glad I had a little trouble signing up for DraftKings because I thought Cincinnati would win by a blowout, choking football, so I was gonna make that bet. Then I thought Game would win, so I wanted to put money on that. Then I was like, you know what? I should do a parlay, make some real money, a little extra. I would have been down $300 in a heartbeat. So, glad that shit ain't accept my PayPal. They asked me to put in my credit card. I was like, nah, and I just didn't make the bet. The only fight I would have won on was the Gary Russell fight. We both had him losing, but
right.
I don't understand I can't. The only thing I looked at when I thought Ngannou had more power than this guy, but I thought all the skills, all the advantages were leaning towards game, and I'm a little disappointed, man.
Well, I'm disappointed in the fight, period. I actually thought Francis would win. You know, I felt I was giving it to the guy who had more experience. Game, you know, he looks like a heavyweight that just moves like a middleweight. I think that's why he gets a lot of W's. He has good movement, good agility, and he's just consistent. I don't look at him as a power hitter though. You know, he looks like to me a guy that wears you out and breaks you down, and you know you can't keep up with his stamina. Now when I look at Francis, I look at a guy who has okay stamina. He doesn't really have the accuracy like Game, but he has the equalizer, which is the power. So I actually thought it was going to be night for Game. I thought he would get caught. Didn't go that way, but Francis still got the W.
See, I thought dude had way more skill than Francis. Thought he was a better boxer. I thought the grappling, he had him a few times too. He had him, and that's what I figured too. If it goes to the ground, he would have the advantage, and he slipped out of a few submissions. I don't really know enough about UFC, about mixed martial arts to say that it was a robbery. Because I felt he won. Statistically, I look at it, I felt he won. But he didn't win. I felt Moreno won. You know, shout out to Brandon. You know, I like him. I thought Brandon won, and they had him losing too. Let's go even a couple weeks back, maybe a couple months back. I thought Clarissa Shields won in MMA. So I don't sit up here to pretend to know about MMA and how the scoring breaks down. But I wasn't that impressed with Francis's performance. And I didn't think he won. I mean, he won, but I didn't think so. And I thought he would lose. Good thing I didn't bet. That's all I gotta say about that. I'm actually quite rich because I didn't.
Where do you want to see Francis go? Do you want to see now him and John Jones?
Always want to see that fight. That's a fight right there. At least I hope so. I hope it won't turn out the way this fight turned out to be, because I thought this would be a fight. I would love to see that. If that doesn't happen, they're trying to set him up for execution for him to go in there with Fury. That fight, if he jumps in there with Fury and people thought Fury put a beating on Wilder, I can't imagine what he would do to Ngannou, man.
He's not gonna jump in a box.
I don't know if you saw the pay. I think he got paid. Now, this is all speculation through social media. He got paid under $1 million for that fight.
For what fight?
The UFC fight yesterday.
Nah, no way, bro.
I don't know if it's cap. I don't know if it's cap. I'm telling you, man, I don't know if it's cap, but people saying he only made like $600,000 for that fight. I'm not sure if that's real or not.
I don't want to believe that. That shit don't even make sense. Whether it's true or not, I don't want to believe it. So that shit just not true in my universe. That shit is just not real. I don't know where that shit took place, but that's not real. But that's wild, son. But even if he was a step in the ring with Fury, that's wild to me too. I don't see that happen. I don't even think he's a big enough star in UFC to really do that. I mean, there's not that many stars in UFC and MMA. It's not that many. I don't think he has that big of a name to do that yet.
You're gonna have to do some research on that and do the breakdown numbers wise. Boxing versus MMA. Because there's certain guys out there that, at least in our eyes, hardcore fans, boxing fans, should be stars, but aren't numbers wise, and they don't really get the money they do deserve. Terrence Crawford. But we're gonna have to do a comparison and see what's going on between boxing and MMA, because if he did only get paid $600,000 for this fight, there is no way you could pay me to get in there with John Jones.
Yeah, that's not, no.
Even if you double that. I mean, what is wrong with you? Like, that I don't get, man.
And let me just gander back and to elaborate on what you said. I don't want nobody to get triggered like I'm saying Francis is not a star. For hardcore fans or people who watch it on regular, yes, you know who that is. You know he's a star, and you know he's one of the person that moves the sports, and he's a heavyweight, whatever. But for a casual, I guarantee you, if you go to anybody in the street who's a casual MMA fan, and you ask them who Francis is, they're gonna be like, "Nah, I don't know who that is." Then ask them who Kimbo Slice is. They're like, "Oh yeah, I know him. Yeah, Kimbo Slice, God rest his soul, is more known, more popular than Francis right now for casuals."
You know what's crazy? Jake Paul has now become the biggest name in combat sports.
So it's no disrespect to MMA or UFC. It's no disrespect to any of those guys. It's just hard for them to be mega stars like that. It is.
It's crazy, man. It really is, brother. But we also got some big news. Got an interview coming out. Just gonna drop a little hint. Same name as me. But yeah, man, we got a former world champion gonna jump on with us a little later. But we want to give a shout out to Basement Boxing Talk for having us on his broadcast.
Absolutely, yeah.
Excuse me. Shout out to you, brother. And I think we took a little something from him, and we may start to go live and have some more interaction with our followers. So we're gonna be jumping on, going live on YouTube, Twitter, all that. So if you guys want to jump in with the comments, you know, bring smoke to work, we with it, we ready.
Oh yeah, please bring it. I'm with it. It'll be fun. I'm with that.
Yeah, man. All right, brother. I'll talk to you later, man.
Yes, sir. You already know.
As always.